Okay, I found this story here.
Breaking right now on CBS News Philadelphia, we're following a terrifying mass casualty situation in Baltimore after the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapses. This is overnight video of the moment a container ship strikes a support column, causing that
what they're
bridge
going to show in this video
in the Patapsco River around 1:30 this morning.
And take a look at this map. This shows exactly where the bridge is located, where it collapsed into the river, and you can see just how long this span stretches. It is expansive.
At this point, the focus is on recovering any possible victims who may be in the water right now.
CBS News Philadelphia's Waukesha Bailey live at the staging area on the ground in Baltimore. Waukesha, tell us what you can see and what you know from your vantage point.
Yeah, good morning, Janelle. Jim, a massive.
They're going to speed this up and show time lapse.
Trying to figure out exactly what happened. Now, we are still waiting to hear from authorities as to what the final numbers are, but so far we do know that they are right now looking for 20 people, and that number has jumped significantly since 7. I'm going to step out of the way because we are at the staging area, but you can get a glimpse of what's left of this bridge. As you can see, where the bridge collapsed and the road is just practically split in half. And once again, you just cannot get over just how many people they're looking for right number. That number we're told right now is 20 people. Let's play that video again, showing the moment a large container ship crashes into part of Baltimore's Francis Key Bridge.
Lights go off, come back on the ship.
Catching fire. Now, as the bridge collapsed, we are told cars went flying into the Patapsco River.
Right
now, Baltimore City Fire Department says this all began around 1:30 a.m. when they started receiving calls of people frantic, saying that a vessel hit a bridge column. Now, it's still unclear how many cars were on the bridge, but we do know a large tractor trailer was on it, and officials say at this time, they say once again, at least 20 people are in the river, including people who work on the bridge. And all lanes in both directions along I-695 on the bridge are closed at this time. And we are expected to hear from authorities throughout the day, but you can only imagine what the people in this area are going through right now, especially if you do travel this area or along this bridge at this hour. Now, you're seeing how devastating a lot of this video is at this time at 5:30 in the morning when it's still dark. So only imagine what this scene is going to look like once it is light out. Now, we're going to remain out here and hopefully hear from authorities within the next couple of hours as to what they are doing right now. But many of them are saying that their primary focus right now is recover and to rescue these people. Sending it back to you.
And that rescue, I mean, the time frame, I mean, it's 30 degrees outside, 39 degrees here right now. I mean, that water must be frigid at this point.
And in addition to that,
well, you know,
go ahead, Waukesha.
Yeah, I was just going to say that that is some of the biggest concerns with a lot of people that we're just seeing here pass by. They're all saying, wow, to actually have your car flying off the bridge, landing in this water, the speed, and from where the level of as high as the bridge is and from the distance to the water, along with, once again, it's 50 degrees out here. So who knows how cold it is in that water.
Right. Obviously, hypothermia, a real concern at this point. Also, they're dealing with the darkness. You know, crews, they have dive crews out there, but it is dark. You can only imagine that is making this rescue operation that much more difficult.
Now, this was an hour and a half ago. This happened at 1:30 this morning.
And hopefully we're going to hear from some of the people that are leading that rescue within the next couple of hours. But they are advising a lot of people that if you are in this area to definitely stay away, because right now officials, they need to do their job.
Yeah, and to recap, this happened around 1:30 this morning. This cargo ship crashing right into the pylon of that bridge, causing that mid-span of the structure to come down within just about seconds. We're told about 20 seconds it took for that entire middle span of the bridge to collapse. Waukesha Bailey on the scene there live for us from Baltimore. She'll have more reports throughout the morning.
A massive presence here of officials trying just how many people they're looking for Play that video again, showing the
If you
moment a
watch this,
large container ship
there's no lights
crashes
on the
into
ship.
part of
Now they
Baltimore's
come on,
Francis Key
black
Bridge and
smoke pours out of the
ultimately
top,
catching
and it
fire. Now,
turns right
as the
into
bridge
the
collapsed, we are told
bridge.
cars went flying into the
I wonder
Patapsco
what would have
River.
caused
Now,
it.
Baltimore City Fire Department says this all began around 1:30 a.m. when they started receiving calls of people frantic, saying that a vessel hit a bridge column.
Something
Now,
had
it's
to
still
happen to that
unclear
ship.
how many cars were on the bridge, but we do
The
know
lights are
a
flickering.
large tractor trailer was on it, and they started receiving calls.
There's no lights on there. There's no smoke coming out of here.
Of people frantic.
Lights are on. Still no smoke up there. What will make those lights go up? That generator. Must be generators.
Saying that a vessel hit
Black smoke coming out.
a bridge column. Now, it's still
Lights back out.
unclear how many cars
Lights back on
the bridge, but
tons
we do
of smoke coming out there.
know a large tractor trailer was on it, and officials say at this time, they say once again at least 20.
Well, somebody made a boo-boo. See if anything else is coming on here. We'll go live. We can see now that it's daytime there. I should be able to. I'm starting to figure this out. Now, this is on Stream Time TV. You can see up here. Sorry, Stream Time Live. It's on YouTube. This is their video. I'm just showing you the live. The ship is still right here. I wish I could zoom in. This is all it's giving me, though. Not too much action out there right now. I guess the divers are still looking for people in there. It's pretty quiet again, or also. See if we can find something else going on with it. We'll go on to the times and the sun. I'm going to go back a little bit, though, because that was. Wow. Yeah, there's big big, huge buoys or markers to prevent this from happening. We'll go back to live. See if there's anything else on there. Got a news conference coming. We'll get the news conference on from Fox.
Some of the basics of what we know so far, as there is a lot of information still left to figure out. Again, you can see the microphones and podium set up, but let me pop up this other shot right here that does show the aftermath. It's very close up. As you can see, the bridge collapsed, and most of it in the water right there, but also that is the ship that did strike the bridge there. Now, that container ship ramming into the major bridge in Baltimore early this morning, causing it, as you can see, to snap in many places and then plunge into the water below it. Several vehicles falling into the water, the temperature of which was about 47 degrees at the time. Rescuers said they were initially searching for 7 people. 2 people, though, pulled from the water under the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. One of them listed in serious condition. The cargo ship does appear to have crashed into one of the bridge's supports during the middle of the night when traffic would be expected to be lighter. The vessel, we know, caught fire and thick black smoke was billowing out of it. Now, the fire chief said authorities, quote, may be looking for upwards of 7 people, but said that number could change. It was not clear if the 2 rescued were included in that 7. We know that sonar has indicated that there are vehicles in the water where, again, the temperature was about 47 degrees in the early hours. That is according to a buoy that collects data for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Earlier, Kevin Cartwright, the director of communications for the Baltimore Fire Department, said that several vehicles were on the bridge at the time, including one that was the size of a tractor-trailer truck. He called the collapse a, quote, developing mass casualty event, though he didn't know at the time how many people specifically were impacted. Again, I do want to pop up this shot right here. We do have several different angles that show where that news conference will be getting underway. It's expected to take place any moment now. Let's see if we can pop up some of the other shots as well. They're all basically around the same location here, and they will all be getting that same news conference, which we will bring to you live, raw, and unfiltered as it does get underway. Do want to take you out to just some of the different posts that we have coming in from officials over there in Maryland. We know that the Maryland governor has declared a state of emergency. Take a look right here. Governor Wes Moore did tweet out, "My office is in close communication with U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott, Baltimore County Executive, and Baltimore Fire as emergency personnel are on the scene following the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge." Not clear if the governor will be speaking at any of these news conferences that are expected to take place. Again, we heard from local officials maybe about 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago at this point. They did say that they would hold another news conference in just about 2 hours. So in about an hour and a half, we expect to hear from them again. We will kind of update you once we do get a specific time on that. But as of right now, it is not clear. However, we do know transportation officials are expected to speak momentarily. Let me pop that shot up for you just one more time here. All right, we also know that some of that cargo appeared to be dangling from the bridge, which does span the river at the entrance to that busy harbor, the river leading to the Port of Baltimore. That's a major hub for shipping on the East Coast. It opened, by the way, back in 1977, and the bridge is, no question, named for the writer of the Star-Spangled Banner. As I mentioned, Maryland Governor Wes Moore declaring a state of emergency and saying that he was working to get federal resources deployed. The FBI also on the scene. Synergy Marine Group, which owns and does manage the ship known as Dolly, confirmed the vessel hit a pillar of the bridge around 1:30 a.m. local time while two pilots were in control. It said all crew members, including the pilots, were.
This is Fox's. Sorry, that's CBS. It looks like. I didn't really want to stream their channel. I was just trying to get this news conference.
All right, it does look like we have that shot to the left side of your screen. We also have two different vantage points on the right side of your screen. That one of them at the bottom is actually an aerial view showing that container ship that crashed into the bridge, and you can see the extensive damage done to the bridge there. You also have a different side view that just shows it from a little bit far away, but zoomed in, where you can see essentially all of that damage that has been done. Once again, we do know that all of this, no question, is under investigation, and the FBI is even involved in that investigation. Actually, looks like our Fox 5 DC team is on this once again.
I think I'm going to keep this playing, but just play the audio. I don't think I should be playing the video. Let me see what I can do here. We'll listen to that. We'll add. We'll add this. Those markers are actually carrying high tension lines, it looks like. Is it live? This is Fox. Okay. commercial break. I'm gonna come back around 9. I'll end this for now.